Welcome, Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is your forecast for February of 2025. You might be feeling like something in your life just hasn't quite gelled and you've been struggling to figure out what that is over the last few months. Don't worry, you've got a direct motion Mars in the house of ambition, enthusiasm, passion, and joy. And this is going to increase your intense success in life because a rare stellium of planets is all aligning in the sign of Pisces in the month of February. It's like nothing you've ever felt before. You are going to grow a whole new expanded sense of self beginning this February 2025. It's exceptional, it's rare, and I cannot wait to tell you about it. So when you listen today, your sun can be about your purpose and career. Your moon sign in Pisces can be about your home and your emotional, mental, mind complex. And yet the rising sign, Pisces people, it's really all about you because your rising sign is the avatar you play in the game of life. It's a simulation, and the avatar is your character. And so your Pisces character has a huge surge of energy coming towards it that hasn't been seen in this particular way in this lifetime. Cannot wait to share it with you. So here we get going. We're going to talk about where you're going to move forward, where you're going to make decisions and actions that have been stalled. But before we begin, just in case you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Lori Lothian, and I love astrology to help you navigate your life. It's a navigational tool. I'm using Western tropical astrology in my description box. If you want to time your best life in 2025, you'll find my all signs bundle. And I'm teaching a Venus class or individual signs on sale until the end of January. A crow flew by my window for you, also, by the way, for Aquarius. And he came in with a piece of food in his mouth, and he flew this far from my window carrying some food. So there's a message for you. What is it you need to do to nourish yourself or something? But crow medicine as well, which is magical medicine. Now, what I wanted to tell you about specifically here is my all signs bundle, or individual signs are for sale in my description box below. 2-hour video content, audio video downloads, PDF guidebook to help you navigate 2025 with greater ease. And I have a Venus class. Come join me. You need to take it. Venus is acting up in Pisces for the next 2 months in ways that are extremely rare. And so you want to know how to handle that retrograde. This starts on March 1st. And my class is 6 weeks long live class. It starts March 1st. The link in the description box will get you to the wait list to know about the early bird discount. I mean, this course is going to be $40 or something. It's 6 weeks with me live. So you definitely want to take it, and you can keep the replay content forever. So check below, get on that early bird wait list. All right, so I'm so happy to tell you about this this month, because for you guys, it's going to be so amazing. It's such a different ride. If you've been thinking you've been riding the roller coaster, you're now riding the serene Ferris wheel and the wheel of fortune, what do you call that thing? The Ferris wheel, yeah, but also the merry-go-round. It's a nicer ride than you've been on for a while. Let's get started. I'm going to move us into the month of, we're doing it chronologically. That's how I work here these days. I'm all about the chronology. Chronos is my friend. We're going to talk about how to get through this month bit by bit. Sit down, get a paper, a coffee, a pen. Some people complain about the ads. I hope there's not too many. It's default ads by YouTube. It's how I make my money. Sorry, that's a part of my income, but you can always go to YouTube Premium, or you can come to my Patreon and get this early access ad free. Like, they're getting this way before you guys. I'm recording this on January 21st. All right, so let's start with the beginning of the month. What am I doing here? Yeah. February. So here we have February 1st, and Venus is sitting in the sign of Pisces, exalted, and she's what we call enclosed by malefics. She's wedged between Saturn and the North Node. That can indicate that starting back around January 20th through to February 2nd, we'll get to the 2nd in a minute, you might have felt constrained or constricted around liking yourself, loving yourself, about your values, about what you want, about feeling good about being you, about feeling beautiful and pretty. I mean, there might be something about your appearance that's been a struggle since February 20th that makes you feel like you don't like your character, yourself. If it's your Pisces sun, some constraints on career, Pisces moon, constraints about your home. But all said and done, the goddess of love and beauty and kindness and goodness and friendship and fashion has been compressed in the sign of you, and she's exalted here, so she's frustrated. She gets out of the frustration zone and breaks free, kaboom, on the 2nd. This is where she's in a triple conjunction with Neptune, dreamy, magical, mystical energy. all over you, but she starts to move outside of that constriction by minutes. So on February 2nd and 3rd, something breaks free and breaks through. It feels like a liberation, feels like a relief, feels like, wow, thank God, this feels so much better. I feel more like me. I feel like my best self. I feel like I'm on top of my world. So this is going to feel good. And don't get impatient. I mean, come on, January 20th all the way to is a long time. February 2nd is a long haul, but you've got this because now you're going to come back to a sense of and you'll feel good. You've got Neptune and you've got Saturn together to make your dreams true, to deeply wish and to make true and give form and structure to what you want. It's in a tough haul sometimes with Neptune in your sign. You've been spaced out, mystical and inertia and out of it sometimes since 2011. But this is a really powerful turning point energy for all of you Pisces. One thing I would say is Venus will continue to be malefically enclosed again on the first 7 days of April and also on the 24th of April. And so those are times where you might have some constriction again, but you have to understand because of her retrograde on March the 1st and then bounding back into Pisces eventually, you're going to find that this is a time that it's a little bit like 2017, spring of 2017, but it's got other features like the North Node in your sign. And so it's not like that. It's rare, once in a lifetime quality of a Venus retrograde. So you really want to know how she wants to exalt you and how she wants to reset your finances in March when she does a star point in your money. So for all you Pisces who has some wounds around money, Chiron's been in your money and earnings house since 2019, please consider taking my course. I really want to help you move beyond that and into something new. Now, one of the things going on here in February on the 3rd is also Mercury's storyline. He's in your 12th house. He entered into the Aquarian 12th house back on January 28th, and he doesn't leave until the 14th when he bounds into your first house. This is where I'm going to say, pay attention to your dreams. He is a dream messenger in a dream house, or insights and downloads in solitude, contemplation, meditation, or trance journeys. You've got this. He's going to be an ally here, January 28th to February the 13th. But when we're on February 3rd, this ally in this sort of aloneness gives you good things house, your 12th house, Mercury also has a conversation with Jupiter, who is going to turn direct as well. Jupiter turning direct on the 4th, information and news from Mercury. It's a lot to consider, but it could be property, land, and real estate momentum, and it can connect to foreigners, foreign places, and foreign people from where you currently live. Now, it's interesting to see because Jupiter has been giving you some prosperity and luck and expansion and growth in your home and domestic life since last May 25th. 2024, and he continues to offer that support until June the 9th of 2025. But he's been retrograding since October the 9th, meaning that he's been deepening the bounty, but also a little bit slow on the results. You're not seeing like, woohoo me, I bought a house, I got a house, I expanded my house, I had luck in my house is lucky, my home and private life is filled with charm and luck. No, October the 9th till now, he's like diving backwards to go over old territory to deepen into what's true, what's wise, what's right, what's guru-like true for you. So this is something to consider because he goes forth in a new forward direction on the 4th of the month. And this is going to take you into a time of new momentum regarding homeland and property matters. But why Mercury? Especially with Pluto, some of you might be considering a lucky opportunity to change your home to another country, or opportunities connected to people in other countries or foreign distant shores connected to your home. The other element here is if you want to make money from home, be bounteous from home. This is online digital revenue or foreign land companies or clients from foreign shores that can help you prosper. And so there may be some momentum around prosperity from online type business enterprise that you're beginning to see as a possibility starting around February 3rd, 4th. And Mercury will bring you the ideas, but also the commercial success that you might require for that to be a viable path. Now, if you have any addictions and self-undoing connected to your childhood, any self-sabotaging structures connected to your childhood, Mercury gives you the insight to overcome, especially regarding father figures. And we'll talk more about that later. And you could bust through, and that could be a part of the prosperity story as well. On February the 6th, Venus will sextile Pluto through to February the 8th. Venus and Pluto are a wonderful combination for wealth. It's a bit of a mini wealth yoga. And what happens here is it's about Venus in the money house and Pluto in the foreign land, international revenue, distant shore, barter and trade. Again, our online world makes that easy. So you may be able to capitalize on that energy that we're seeing on the 6th to the 8th by putting a sale out or offering something to the public that you want to sell them. And you might do very, very well at this time. So it's a good launch pad for something, or if that's already a part of your business structure, to use it in some very profound way. It also could help you turn around a dietary habit in a very specific and significant way that has held you back. And I mean addictions and dietary habits. Now, also on February 6th through to the 12th, we have something else happening here. In that window of time, we have a rare collaboration between Mars and Saturn that allows for hard work pays off. Only in your case, hard work pays off when it's creative, entrepreneurial, filled with passion project, filled with enthusiasm. And that's something that you might have been thinking about doing already back in October, because Mars is traveling retrograde through real estate. He traveled through in October, celestial real estate. So you're looking at this like, okay, I didn't quite get it pulled off in October, but I got this now. And now you can go forward on a passion project that could be quite powerful for you, because the hard work you put into it, the discipline and the perseverance, whether it's an art project, an entrepreneurial project, can be very successful for you. And that again is a 6th to the 12th. Your children belong to the 5th house, and anything to do with your children may come up very strongly for you in a positive way. You might be able to guide, give wisdom and sagacity and support over those days, and for a child who needs some help from you. Or, yeah, I'm going to go with child. I'm going to go with child because it's a Cancer 5th house. On February the 9th, Mercury will join the sun. Remember, he's up here and you're get rid of the addictions, reveal the childhood shit, pay attention to your dreams, and make money in foreign shores. Well, when he joins the sun, that's double down on that on February 9th. Really get your dream journal out, meditate that day, but also maybe expect some news or information to come through from a distant shore or someone in a distant shore. And as they come together here, you also see that there is a square or a jolting energy coming from Uranus. And now the only downside to this is it could be information or news about somebody, particularly father figures in a hospital setting. And Uranus is unfortunately in a house. It could indicate some troubles with that person coming through travel. That sounds like bad, I don't want to scare anybody here. But I mean, that would be the downside of this. Otherwise, there's some kind of surprise coming from online, social media, writing, communicating, marketing, website, and it's connected to Mercury Sun. And that could be like, oh my God, I put something out and it went viral. I put out, a business offer and on, TikTok or something, and suddenly I got millions of subscribers. I don't know. Something like that could happen, a real surge in. If you're a writer, a big breakthrough with a writing project, an international publisher wants your book, that kind of thing. Because writing is where your Algo is. Algo is a star, Uranus is the planet. It can bring great wealth through writing projects, foreign distant lands and publishers and people. Social media surges of success, website taken off, business endeavors taking off in the digital income, foreign land revenue storyline. So pay attention to emails, phone calls, as well as inner messages, February 9th. Now, on the full moon at 24 degrees of Leo, we complete something that we started in, August, September, late August into early September. There was lunations around that time, a new moon in Leo, new moon in Leo, new moon in Leo is full moon in Leo, full moon in Leo, full moon in Leo. She says it 6 times. It's the work house and the health house. A fulfillment, a completion, and a realization of something to do with better health, to do with work opportunities. You might have had some seeds planting back, September, like talking to people, thinking maybe I'll take that job. Maybe I want to quit that job. Maybe I want to do this or that. Some of you may quit jobs. You may retire. You may quit a job. Why? Because Mars is thinking about it. He started thinking about it a while ago, but he'll be thinking about it mid-April to mid-June. Quit your job, anyone, or work hard on something you love. Either one will work. But this is interesting, because this full moon says fulfillment or completion of work. And because Mars will spend mid-April to mid-June. Some Pisces may change their jobs or quit their jobs, or they may be working really hard at work in a positive way on something that's a passion project. Now, a fulfillment moon is going to happen in a T square. That's important. I almost forgot to show that. That's a humdinger. So we're already to the 12th, and you'll see that the moon is opposite the sun and Mercury, and bang, squaring Algol / Uranus. The star is like a well star, sure, but it's also a star like off with their heads. There may be a massive catalytic disturbance in the ether with a sibling younger than you, and uncle, cousin, niece, and nephew, or regarding neighbors, neighborhood, and neighborhoods and rental properties. And I don't want to make this, dark, but there could be a disturbance in the 30 days after this full moon where there's a completion of a rental property, a lease change. The landlord wants to sell the property. You have to leave. Something like that could happen. Don't worry about it. Something good will come to fix the problem. With Jupiter in your 4th house, you still have luck when it comes to home. Okay. Or some disturbing, shocking thing with a neighbor, a friend in the neighborhood, aunt, uncle, cousin, niece, nephew, or a sibling one younger than you, and maybe a sibling one younger than you, and a challenge with their health is another option as well. Remember, all moons take up to 6 months to fully fulfill themselves. So although the moon is happening on the 12th, it can be showing you what it's about in the month afterwards, but then you might also see more of it unfold over 6 months. Now, let's talk about the lull in the sky, like a cell phone tower signal blackout. You can't get a signal. No signal, no signal. You're a sailboat with no wind. The doldrums are upon you, but it's a good thing. Why? Because on February 13th through to the 19th, there are no major planetary aspects. And what does that mean for you? It means you have some freedom, a blank canvas, agency. Don't get caught up in planetary swirls, and you're not doing dozy-do round and round the planet spin you. You have your own inner compass alive and well, February 13th to the 19th. Because you're ruled by Jupiter, the inner compass wants you to focus on matters of home, domestic life, childhood, your mother, prosperity at home, bounty at home, goodness, wisdom, and truth, and justice, and joy in the home. And the more you focus on what you're doing in the midnight hour, when nobody sees you, when you're privately living your life, then the more you can see how to use this energy during this window of time of 13th to the 19th. A rare pocket of quiet sky is there for you. If you have unresolved childhood issues, my gosh, go into them and clear them out. If you are looking to change your home, buy a home, sell a home, goodness gracious, use this to look at what you really want and how you want that to look. Will you buy or sell at this point? Probably not, but you've got this like still pond in which you can ponder what you truly desire and want that is true and good for you in the home. And, Jupiter expands the home. And you had like a swallow as well or something up there, a little bird, like a wren. Where's your nest? Is your nest the nest for you? Do you love your nest? Do you have quietude and a space for your nest that's just for you too? Jupiter is like, expand the home, a studio in the garden, add an addition to the home. Where do you need to expand the home as well? Also, Jupiter means children and expansion, and this could indicate grandchildren or children in the home. So you might have something coming through that you say, oh my goodness, maybe that's why Mars is in the house of children. Maybe I'm going to have a grandchild, or maybe I'm going to have a child or something like that, conceive a child. But there's something about pondering the empty sky. Please do. Moving on, because that empty sky gets busy again around the 20th. So let's move ahead. Shall we move ahead to the 20th? So on February 20th, Mercury will square Jupiter, which is positive despite the square. Mercury, we lost your sign because of the actual horizon line moving around. So on February 20th, Mercury is going to sit in your sign, and he's going to talk to Jupiter. Communications are yours to have. Ideas are yours to have. Thoughts and ideas and communications, and your mind, Mercury in the house of you, is activated. Jupiter is childhood, home and prosperity and private life and domestic life. Jupiter rules your career, and a lot of you could be doing something to have a career from your home and create a home-based career during this whole of February as a thought, because the sky shows that. And With Jupiter direct, any home-based career endeavors you do should be prosperous, especially because Jupiter is in a whole sign trine to Pluto, the god of riches. So considering that, maybe what we see going on around February 20th is you stepping in to a big yes for doing some home-based prosperity endeavors, teaching from home, communicating from home, marketing and selling from home, whatever it is. Now, if you want to buy or sell a property, Mercury is commerce and deals and negotiations, and Jupiter is luck. So lucky property deals and negotiations, buying and selling property could occur off of this energy. You've got the South Node going through the marriage house for a long time until mid-July. So in this sense, it could also have to do with spousal separation, assets, divisions, and selling of property. But you have some urgency here. It's a square. Get to action, make some decisions, but also some luck. And so again, February the 20th. On February the 23rd, Mercury will trine Mars, and that's good for actions that you can take that are based on ideas and actionable ideas, communications that require decisions, okay? A commercial success. Mercury trines Mars on February 23rd. Now, this is exciting because, Mars has been retrograde here, and he's been retrograde since December the 6th in your Leo work house and health house, and he backed off and went here on January 6th till retrograde, and he continued to go backwards over October's sky, things he was doing in October, he went back over the same ground, and on February 23rd, he turns around, and he's supported in his turnaround by Mercury. And in a sense, by the time we go to the 24th, you see that he's direct, and we have that Mercury still alignment. What does it mean? It means that you're going to be able to move forward, finally, on passion projects, entrepreneurial businesses, romantic love affairs going forward now, connected to the node of fate. So maybe a stalled relationship, maybe something wasn't working there. Maybe it's time to get it going at last. And as you look at this energy of Mars, cooperating with Mercury, commercial success is a classic thing. You might want to be really out there now with a passion project, making some money, doing something to create income from it with drive, ambition, and directionality. If you've been on the fence about a situation with a child, on the fence with a situation about a romantic lover, now you're knowing what you want, and communication is happening. Now, you can make so many stories out of this. I mean, Mercury's in the sign of you, and it could easily be, I'm telling my wife or husband that I'm leaving them for my lover. I mean, it's anything. It could be anything like that, because it's so like, here's the lover, here's the husband. Mercury talks across the way as the owner of your marriage house. So for a very, very few of you, there may be those kinds of conversations, and you'll see why in a minute. Mercury wants your ideas to take off about creativity, entrepreneurship, and, artistic abilities. And so you're really finding a groove there as well. That's because the hard conversation is when Mercury bumps into Saturn. Now there's a difficult conversation with the significant business or love partner as Mercury rules the house of the other. Hey, honey, I love you, but I'm not in love with you. And I found someone else, that kind of thing. So that could happen because there's the lover. There's a lover in the sign of his or her fall. Otherwise, yeah, I don't know. You're communicating something, or you're having a hard conversation, or you have an idea that you think could go the distance and be what I call a long tail, or an enduring idea, an enduring concept that you want to put into form with Neptune, a dream idea coming to you. But usually Mercury is a talker, and he's in the house of you talking. Telling your business partner, it's over, I'm going to be an entrepreneur. Telling your boss, it's over, I'm going to do my own thing. Some hard conversations happening on February 25th. Then on February 27th, Mercury will sextile Uranus, a happy surprise. It's news or information coming to you to do with third house matters that surprise you, that are positive. A surprise from a sibling, a surprise from an aunt, uncle, cousin, nieces, and nephews, a surprise bit of information or news coming about online, social media land, marketing and selling projects, a surprise regarding something to do with education, skills-based. You applied for college, or some skills-based class and you got in. Surprises around a travel opportunity that you didn't expect, showing up out of the blue. And you're like, yes, I'll take it. Now, finally, we're going to finish up with the moon at 9 degrees Pisces. I'm going to spend a little more time on this with you than I do with other signs, because it's happening to be a once in a lifetime stellium of planetary energy in the sign of Pisces, and the moon completes it on February 27th, new beginnings and fresh starts. I can't express enough how important this is. A new beginning, new moon happens here every year, not with the node of fate, not with the north node of destiny, Neptune, dreams, goals, and wishes, Saturn, become true, Mercury, your mind, your ideas, your spiritual connection to the divine in Pisces, all lined up. If you're listening to this as a Pisces rising, especially, this is true. Your sun will, the same applies to your career and ambition matters, or your purpose and career. And of course, for the moon, it could be about how you're radically going to change your emos in life, but also emotions, but also how you might change your home and where you live. So you've got this intense stellium that's asking you, like a massive odometer reset on your car to obliterate the miles and start from zero. What is it you really want? What is it you really, really want? Jupiter is willing to give it. He's in direct motion. He's a ruler of your sign. So what do you really want? And it may connect you to a new home. It may connect you to matters to do with a new career. It may be connected to a new relationship. I don't know. Jupiter witnesses all of those houses from your chart. A new you, a new look, a new wardrobe, a new body. I don't know. A new you, a new source of income, because Venus will start point in March, and your income and earnings and keep going back to talk to you, right? In retrograde. So it's all about you becoming new in a way that you have never been able to do before. I remember when I went off to university, my name is Lori Lothian, but I have a middle name, Anne, Lori Ann Lothian. My grandmother called me Lori Ann. And when I went to university, I said, I'm going to tell everybody my name is Lori Ann, first year university. I was extremely shy, didn't talk at all in high school kind of thing till I got a boyfriend my last year. And, you know, my whole life was like cloistered. And I thought, I'm going to reinvent myself by changing my name. So, but going under the name Lori Ann, suddenly I found I was working in this bar, and I had a tour. I was giving tour guides, and I had another job, and I became sort of popular. And that's not me at all. I'm not a social butterfly. So I wasn't really that social, but I ended up getting the like facial recognition on campus. I walk through the halls and people go, hey, hey, and they wave at me. It's only because I worked as a bartender in the campus pub, and before that, the store, and I did tours and I worked in a gym. I mean, but my life changed because I changed my name, and I made a choice to try something new, to start out. No one knew me as the shy, geeky, nerdy, quiet, autistic girl from high school. And it was an attempt to reinvent myself. So I'm giving you to say, how can you get out from underneath the home, the marriage, the career, the earnings, the money, the whatever that isn't you, and you know it, and you need to reinvent yourself, because that's what this is giving you. And it's a new moon. And in the 30 days that follow, you'll see clues to how you can do this reinvention. And you have 6 months to begin to fulfill it, because you're going to have a full moon here 6 months later. So really, I can also say it could be that over the next 12 months, because it will hit a full moon 6 months later. It's the rarity of the North Node here with everybody else, Saturn. I mean, I'm going to have to figure out how rare this is, because Saturn's every 30 years here, the North Node every 18 years here, you know, how rare that combination is. And even just to encourage you even more, because you're going to have Jupiter exalting you on June the 9th through to June 30th of 2026 in your 5th house. It could be reinventing yourself around having children, around creative projects, entrepreneurship, lovers and romance, following your passion, your joy, and your bliss. This is a rare time for you guys. And I'm so excited for you, because I have a lot of Pisces in my social circles. And, you know, seriously, enough Pisces that I'm excited for all the people that I know who go through this, but you're liberating yourself. Venus keeps getting enclosed that first week of April and that 24th of April. Look for how you're trying to bust out and liberate, as exalted Venus helps you break free of the shackles that until this point in your life, you didn't even know were holding you back. That's my spiel. I hope that is of some use to you, Pisces. If you hit the like button, if you subscribe, it really helps my channel grow. I'm hoping that you can do that for me. I appreciate it. Come join me on the Venus class. Come join me on any of my classes. I'd love to see you there. The link to the Venus class early bird discount waitlist, the class is $40 or something. I think you'd love it. I think the early bird discount might be 33 and the regular price 44. I haven't said it yet. I'm going for Not for the money on this one. I'm going for the enjoyment of taking a ride through Venus's retrograde with each of you, including guided meditations and understanding the sky week by week for 6 solid weeks, March 1st onward. I'm so excited by this class. I can't wait to do it. Take care and have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful February.